About the phone lines, we're talking Spurs. 08717 223344. Dave's a Tottenham fan. Hi, Dave. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you, Andy?
I'm good. Thanks for asking, Dave. Go on then. Harry Kane staying at your club as a Spurs fan. You must be delighted with that news.
I'd say bittersweet because he doesn't want to stay. Quite obviously, he wants to go, and I understand that, and I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with the way he's been. I think that's all been misconstrued, and I think he should have been allowed. Excuse me. I think he should have been allowed to leave. I thought we were spending the money like Aston Villa, buying some decent players that want to play for Tottenham, and now he's staying. I don't know as we're going to be able to continue with this spurge of players that we've been looking at with this new technical director we've got.
Well, the only reason you're going to spend, if you do sell Harry Kane, that money might have been used, not all of it, but they would have probably used 50 million of it on other players, wouldn't they? They were never going to go mad, Tottenham.
Who was the guy from Fiorentina, the forward, Vilovic, something like that? He looked quite a prospect, he did.
Yeah, but you've got Kane. He's staying. You don't want him now.
No, absolutely, but Kane doesn't want to stay. Whereas this Vilovic wanted to come and play for Spurs, and that makes a big difference.
Oh, I don't think Harry Kane's game will be any different. Do you, Dave?
Exactly. I mean, let's be honest about it. If Harry Kane is injured and he doesn't play centre forward, you've got Son who's going to play in there, and he's done amazing. He's done amazing in there, right? So, do you need someone else? I mean, what they've done, they've got a centre back in Romero, right? From Atalanta, he's on loan. They've got rid of some players. Vinicius has gone back to his club, I think. Bale's gone back to his club. They've got rid of some players out of the club, Lamela, and players like that, Alderweireld. But the only way you're going to spend money, Tottenham, this year is if you sold Harry Kane. Of course, because the fans would not have taken selling him and not buying more players.
James is a gooner. This will be interesting. Hi, James.
Hello, mate. Cheers for having me on.
Our pleasure. Our pleasure, James. What would you like to say?
I've got a fair few Tottenham fans as mates, and they were their mind changed a lot over with the talk, and then a lot of them were like, just let him go. We don't want to be Harry Kane FC. We've got to finals. He's let us down in them finals. Hasn't pulled out of the bag. It's only his fault that he's the main focal point. He's the striker. He's the one that scores the goals. And if he ain't scoring the goals in the final, then they're not winning anything.
James, and now he's one of the best number 9s in world football.
Oh, mate, no doubt. And, he's definitely brilliant, but he just did not show up in those games.
I think that's unfair. Look, Champions League final, he wasn't fully fit.
Yeah, I get it.
He does show up. He does score important goals for Tottenham.
Oh, mate, definitely. But I think that they've got other players that can shine if Harry Kane's not there. And I think he's a very focal point. And sometimes it makes them easy to play against, really. But ultimately, staying, they're going to be happy because they'll get 30 goals a season out of him easy. But it was interesting to hear their opinions when they were pushed about him going, to then go, oh, actually, do you know what? He didn't, when I saw the finals, he didn't do this, that, and the other. So, maybe we can get we can rebuild and stuff like that. So
football fans are fickle, James.
The players actually thought, I think they all realise, but Kane, the only way they're going to rebuild Tottenham is to sell Kane. That's the only way it's going to happen. Because of the money he's worth. He's the only player in their side that's worth 150 million, which they're not going to pay that, right? So the only way Tottenham can rebuild a team is to sell Kane and go from there.
Yeah.
So they can't rebuild at the minute because they've still got Harry Kane. But I'll settle for having Harry Kane still.
I totally agree. I'm sure Spurs fans do as well. You can have your say on Astro Radio simply by picking up the phone and dialing in 08717 223344. You're listening to me, Andy Goldstein and Darren Goff on Drive on talkSPORT with WeBuyAnyCar.com. Get a trusted quote for your car in under 60 seconds.